YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Indeed. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Oh, I'm missing a light. Hang on one second. In fact, I'm missing two lights. There we go. Just realized. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. This is our late shift tonight. So we are starting at 10 p.m. and we're going to be going all the way through till about midnight UK time. Hence the reason it's called the late shift. We're going to be doing lots of tarot reading tonight, and at some point in the evening, I will also be doing a members giveaway. So I've got 5 memberships to give away for the coming month. It is October. It is officially spooky season. I don't know whether actually that I'm going to have to change something in the backdrop in a second because it doesn't quite show up properly the way I wanted it to. But hello, fellow Darklings, said Ed. I don't know about Darkling. I'm not a Darkling. I'm a duckling. That's what I am, a duckling. Good evening to Patricia. Hello, Nanette. Lovely to speak to you. Yes, it is. Good evening to Nanette. Nanette's Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. I'll try and get here as soon as I can, but I have a lot of food to put away when it comes. All right, my darling, we've just done the same thing. We just went to the shops just beforehand, and I've just put things in the cupboards and everything for our because we're back on a diet plan now. So yes, we need to be super on it. So that's what we've been doing today, is basically doing some shopping. I also had a gift given to me by the universe a few days ago. We heard a massive commotion in the garden, let the dogs out for a wee, and Eddie was looking at something, and it turns out that a poor magpie had been attacked by either the cats or by a fox locally, and it was basically on its last legs, bless it. So I picked it up, rang a load of places, tried to get it into a vet or tried to get it into a rescue place. But by the time I literally was off the phone, it had passed. So I took it as a gift from the universe, popped it into the fridge, and then I am now currently air drying the wings and some feathers and bits. So yes, that is what I have been doing today. And also that's not for Slimming World, that's for witchy stuff. But I've also obviously been doing some Slimming Worldy stuff, and yes, and my brooch turned up. Well, it didn't turn up today, it turned up a few days ago. But I have had it now cleansed and all of that stuff. It is a 3 Graces brooch, which I have wanted a 3 Graces cameo for years and years. And then it came up on One Division, didn't it, with Agatha wearing it, and now it's in Agatha all along, and so I'm just like, yep, well, I also wanted one, so I'm wearing it. So tough. So if you think it's from that there Marvel show, then great. If you think it's from Greek mythology, then great. That's actually where I've got it from. I could do actually, but I'm using them for something else. I'm using the wings for something very different, which y'all will see in either an upcoming video or certainly in the shop items. Good evening to Mitch S. Good evening, Mitch. Well, it's a good session to come in on for readings today, because the late night shift tends to be a little bit quieter than the what am I trying to say, than the usual evening one. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this actually, I don't know why it's showing up as all sorts of weird colors, but it is a beautiful cameo. It's the 3 Graces, and they're all like slim and svelte, obviously, but I love it. I've just the mythology around, like it's connected with Hecate in witch terms. but the idea that it denotes sort of the various aspects of womanhood. It also maiden, mother, crone, things like that. I think it is absolutely, I love the imagery involved. We will be doing some tarot readings coming up, so I'm going to whack the housekeeping on. But before I play the housekeeping video, I want to play this because for Spooktober, I've got an offer going on the website. That's right. If you go across to beyondauthentic.co.uk, you can book a reading over there, a full-on half hour or between half hour and 45-minute reading, and you can book it with 20% off with code Spooktober24. So if that is something that you are wanting to do here, either with people here now or on the replay crew, then that is an option for you. So it's the biggest non-member discount. Members will always get the best discount, so members still get their 25% off. Losing my breath then. But for everybody else, it's a 20% discount, which is I think is pretty good. Anyway, let's have a look. So we are going to be doing some tarot reading tonight. I've got both the Unfolding Path and the Fifth Spirit. I don't know whether I want to, maybe not for today. Maybe as we get closer to Halloween, I will pull a couple of the more Halloweeny spooky decks. Maybe that might be a little bit better. Perhaps we'll see. We'll have to see as we go along. For now, though, it is time. I need to play the housekeeping video. Where is the housekeeping video? It's right staring. I need to put my glasses on. Is what I need to do. So then, yes, we do have some housekeeping rules on the channel, and they are. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Absolutely, those are the rules on the channel. So yes, indeed. Don't forget then, if you would like a reading, there are two ways to get a tarot reading on Beyond Authentic. The first way is to go ahead and send your question as a super chat. Okay, that comes through automatically. Once it has come through automatically, it shows up on a different screen and it means that your reading will be next. Okay, so if I'm already doing a reading, you will get the next spot. If, however, we're just conversing like we are now, then you will get the very first spot. So that is how you do that as a super chat. If, however, you want to throw your hat into the ring, again, late shifts are a very good time to do it because we tend to be a little bit quieter. So all you need to do for that is wait until I open up a free round, which I am just about to do, and then pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, that is how you do it on this channel. Either send it as a super chat to guarantee your place. An $8 or above donation will guarantee you a longer reading, or you can just throw your hat into the ring when we announce a free round. And you know when we announce a free round because the air horn plays. Oh, actually, that's a thing. I don't know whether it actually is playing through your system. So it might not, you might not hear it. All this time I've been playing all this music for the last 2 weeks. I don't think you've been hearing it. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to go, wah, 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 wah. There we go. That's the air horn sound. So it is. I meant to look at that today and I forgot because I was doing other things. But there you go. The round is officially open. So do please pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. And one of you will get picked at random by the keeper of the question. So go ahead, do one of those things now because it is a late shift. We are a little bit thin on the ground, as always on a late shift, because a lot of people have got other things to do at late at night, I guess. But pop your question in. You've got about 32 seconds. Oh gosh, we've got people in. I literally just had a message from the keeper of the question saying Mitch, and then I was like, I don't think there is I don't think that Mitch has put a question in. I've just looked down and there's questions, and we've got Elise here as well. So Mitch, my darling, your question was chosen. Elise, hello, my love. I didn't know you were in this evening. Didn't see you pop in, but good evening to you. Right, let me take that was really confusing. That completely befuddled my brain, because I looked at it and I was like, there's no questions coming, and then I looked again and suddenly there were questions in. So that was very confusing. Right then, so Mitch, you are you would like guidance from the spirits, guides, Wispy, and me, of course. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right then, my darling, let's have a look for you. Let me star that one so I can go into the star section, and your reading is coming up pretty much straight away. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my god! So then, Mitch, we're going to start tonight with the Unfolding Path deck. I do need to add this onto the website, actually. I've got a list on my website of some of my favorite decks, and this isn't on there because when I put that together, I hadn't fully embraced this deck yet and hadn't fully learned to love what this deck is all about at that point. But it is so good. It's so good. It's so good. Right then, let's have a look. So here we go. We'll do that one, and I will bring in the ever lovely Wispy. So then, Wispy, Mitch S would like to know, they would like some guidance from the spirit guides, from yourself, from me, from everywhere. What guidance do we have for the next? We'll tell you what. Ooh, no, that doesn't count because that was me. But this one flew all the way over there. So we've got the Tower. You've got the Tower coming up as your clarifying and modifying card. So then that is interesting, my darling. That is interesting. So the Tower card, let's have a look at what that means. So the Tower is all about the rug being pulled from under you, things not going as you are expecting. There is going to be some truth revealed, some revelations. The foundation of something is not quite as you thought. It's literally, you can see this Tower has been hit by lightning. Now, normally with a Tower card, let me actually see if I've got it. Yeah, look. So normally the Tower card is focusing on the Tower, and sometimes you can see a couple of people leaping to safety. In this time, we've got the person highlighted. This person is jumping out of the Tower and hopefully going to splash down quite happily and calmly in the water below. But the Tower itself, look at it exploding in the top. Look at that, completely coming apart. And this is a card of revelation. It is a card of discovery. It is a card of learning that what you thought was one way is actually something else. So it's listen, it can be a transformative card, but it can also be quite a shocking card, to be honest with you, because it is, oh gosh, that's a really low. Oh, there we go. There's the other drop. I did wonder, because it is such a massively sort of violent shift in the way that life is seen. For some people, it can be really, really like a really tough time. So just bear this in mind, okay? It's a discovery card. It's a learning card. It's a growth card. I don't believe that the universe ever gives us more than we can handle. It might make us absolutely to that hair's breadth of breaking, but we never actually break. We are always able to get through. We are always able to come back. We are always able to move on. And that is what I firmly believe with the Tower. I believe it's a fundamental shift, but that fundamental shift sometimes is really needed. Right then, so let's have a look where you are. Seven of Swords absolutely goes along with the Tower. What you need to know, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And I was about to say, if this was a 7, I was about to jump up and down and scream and shout. But we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So where you are, what you need to know, and what the future outcome is. So again, at the moment, Mitch, it really does feel as if there is some really tough decisions that you need to make, and only you can make them, right? As it says up here, look, you make all your own decisions in your own life. This is absolutely that. Whatever's going on, whatever's unfolding, these decisions are yours and yours alone. There's some tough choices to make, right? Some really tough choices in terms of, how can I put it? The choices are going to feel tough. They're going to feel that they are hurdles and challenges and pain. They're going to feel pain, right? But I believe very firmly that growing pains, they don't just happen with our bones are growing during puberty. They happen any time in our life where we are growing as people, where we are growing as, spiritual entities. When that happens, it's always painful. The best growth, the most important growth, the most life-changing and life-affirming growth always comes with that element of pain. Always, always, always. Okay, so it's something that whatever's happening, it will feel like over the coming weeks, it will feel like life's giving you some curveballs, right? Probably is, but just remember, you make the choices. You know what a choice is, don't you? It's half decision, half choice. But you make those choices, those decisions about what you want to take forward in your life. Okay, so hold on to that. It might not feel it at times. It might feel that you're putting between the devil and the deep blue sea, or a rock and a hard place, whatever phrase you want to use. But you always have those decisions. Work-wise and financially, again, another a 7 of Pentacles here. This is upright, which means you are in control. This is slightly less control for you because it is reversed. So it's got that sensation of actually the choices here are about whether you harvest or move forward, normally with the 7. So it's like, is this time to replant and regrow? You can see here this person's got this tiny wee little plant here that they are wanting to grow forward from all these sunflowers. Now, in the what you need to know, again, I think this is saying that whatever these tough choices are, they're going to have financial repercussions. I do think they will have that financial impact and that work-related impact. However, you've got the Knight of Pentacles coming up in your outcome. Now, this is interesting because this difficult decision here and these decisions that are somehow taken from you leads to this Knight. And I think this is your actions coming in here. And it almost feels like this is a reset. And then this is you moving forward. And again, the Tower is all about resets. And when I say a reset, it's like we level it to the ground and start again. That's never an easy process, but it is a reset. This Knight of Pentacles coming up as your outcome is actually quite positive. You've heard me say, because I know you've been here a lot, Mitch, but you've heard me say loads and loads of times that the Knights are the rebellious teenager. They are the ones that move forward. With this coming up as your how can I put it? This is your reset. This is what you need to do moving forward, right? The idea that the Knights are the benefit of the Knights, the upside of the Knights, like, yes, they are very pig-headed, yes, they are very quick to act, but they are determined. When the Knight is pledged to the king, right, old Arthurian legends and all of that, and the king says, let's go hunting the Holy Grail, the Knights are like, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. What are we going to do? Well, we've pledged to the king, so we're going anyway, jumping on our horses and off we go, right? That is what the Knight is about. It's about making that commitment and following through and going with it. A lot of times that Knight energy can be seen, and I often describe it as being a bit negative. But in this case, with this reset, it's like you are leveling everything to the ground, right back to the foundations, and then rebuilding drastically different in your life. And that's where this comes in. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of major work change, major financial change, house move, anything like that, like a fairly big life event that this is pinpointing. And then afterwards, this night is you going, right, okay, right, dust has settled, let's go this way, full hog. Hope that helps. It really does feel like it's going to be an interesting time. And yes, I know that May You Live in Interesting Times was a curse, but I also think like it keeps life spicy, which is good, but also it's how we grow and how we learn. And that is your reading today, Mitch. I hope that helped. I really, really, really do. I don't know why it flipped back to that screen then. That's a little bit worrying. But yes, there you go, Mitch. I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much, my friend. Let's have a wee look in that there chat. Oh, absolutely no problem. That is what we're here for on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. That is what we're here for. We absolutely listen. It sounds really foo-foo. Hello, and I'm back. Bloody stupid internet. Stupid internet. Don't worry, it's me. No, it's not you, Mitch. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was absolutely me. Yeah. My internet froze, but I'm back. I am back. Yes, I'm back. Back again. Tell a friend, cause I'm fat, fat, fat. All of those things, but yeah, we're back. So right, okie dokie, I'm back. So then, yeah, hopefully that made sense, Mitch. Hopefully that made sense. Listen, you've got this. Whatever's happening, right? Whatever this tumultuousness is, whatever this time of reset is, you've absolutely got this, my friend. Just have faith. Just have faith. The universe won't give you more than you can handle. Just have faith. I am back. I didn't go anywhere. Well, you didn't need to go anywhere. I had to reset, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. If it ever freezes like that, Mitch, it's me. It's not me. It's StreamYard's internet, not mine. Don't forget, everybody, the reason we've got PDSA up there is because every single reading I do that is donated, every single membership, 10% of anything we make on this channel goes directly to the PDSA. And that's the same with readings I do away from here, events and all sorts of things. So yes, I saw a couple of people popping in. Where are they? Crystal Rose, good evening, my darling. I hope you are well. There we are. Look, there's Crystal Rose. Good evening, my darling. And I saw Ellis. Hey, up, says Ellis. I hope you're well as well. I hope you're well as well. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That makes perfect sense. So PDSA is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. They are a charity here in the UK that provide basically like animal hospitals and things for poorly animals, for people that are struggling to afford the cost of vet bills, or people that are like when it was time for our Ruby to be put down, all right, Ed, Take care, my friend. I hope you're well soon. We'll see you on Sunday. Don't forget, I owe you a reading, so you need to let me know if we're going to do it before one of the lives or after one of the lives one evening. So yeah, sort of the NSPCA. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the NSPCA is, but yeah, it's PDSA. It's so basically they run animal hospitals and vet surgeries, and it's for people that are either struggling or can't get into a vet. Sometimes it's for people like I think you've got to be like you have to register with them, but for people that are on low incomes and things like that, they help provide emergency vet care. It's not the sort of place where you'd go and get your vet, like you'd go and get your toenails clipped, you know, your dog's toenails clipped and things like that. It's not that. It's more for like I don't know, it's more for like the hospital care really, and for like more advanced, like it's not for we're just having a checkup. Is their weight okay? It's not that. It's kind of the more emergency care side of things, and the more, you know, recovering from poorliness kind of bills. Yeah, the vet bills over here are ridiculously high, and also if your dog is of a certain age, they won't insure you, because we've tried that. We when we had Ruby, if she's over 8, then it was really difficult to get her insurance. And if they've had any other like illnesses or anything, quite often the insurances don't cover them either, so it can be really difficult. So that's why we're doing that up there. So yeah, same in South Africa, charge more than the bloody doctors. Listen, when we had to put Ruby down, our 14-year-old Staffy, because she'd got to the end of her life, and she made it very clear that like within the last month of her life, she started to go downhill, and it was very obvious that she was having some problems. At that point, our vets were like, okay, we're monitoring. We've given her medicine for our eye drops and medicine for this, and we're monitoring. And when it was obvious it was going to be that day, because we didn't book it in advance, because you know you just don't know when it's going to be the right day. So we didn't book it in advance for her, and so it would have been a class as either an out of hours or an emergency vet appointment, and it then would have cost something like £180 for the putting to sleep, and then maybe another 180 on top for cremation, and for disposal. It was something ridiculous, like I can't remember exactly, but it worked out, it was over £300 to put her to sleep. So that would be like probably over $400-500. It was a lot. So we then rang PDSA, and because she'd been registered there with Rufus a long time ago, she was still on their books. So we were like, oh, okay. And in the end, I think it cost us 120 or 140 altogether, for her to be put to sleep and cremated. And you know, that was still quite a large chunk of money for us. So yeah, so that's why we raise money for them, because it's a bloody good cause. So yes, anyway, there you go, everybody. If you didn't know what the PDSA was in the UK, now you do. So there you go. What's this? There was a call for a regulation of veterinary costs in the UK, as they can pretty much charge as they like. Yeah, well, this was the thing we got, right? So we were getting some eye medicine for her, and from the vets it was £70 for a tube, £70 for a single tube, right? And that single tube would last maybe 6 weeks. But we also had to get a vet's appointment, and after every second tube they wanted to check on her. So it was one of those things where that £70 would last. So we'd pay £140 for the medicine over 2 appointments, but the second appointment would also have to pay for the vet appointment for him to check that the medicine was doing what it was doing. So it was a lot. And so then we basically went to them, can we just get the prescription? Can you like give us a prescription? Because Rufus had found online somewhere where if we've got the prescription from the vet, we can buy the medicine, the exact same medicine. And we were buying it for something like, I think it was 50 or 60 pounds for 2 tubes. And the prescription provided 2 lots of that. And we had to pay £35 for the prescription. But it still worked out that we were then so far, we were saving so much more money by doing it that way rather than paying, because it was literally like every couple of months back to the vets. Here's another tube, here's a checkup, yeah, everything's fine. That'll be 130, 150 quid, please. It's a lot. Yeah, this is it, you see. And again, your last bill for Bud was £1,067, but he was not insured for that. Oh God, it's so much, isn't it? It's so much money. No, this is it. It's so much money. Yeah, that's it. That's the problem we were having with Ruby. The insurance company just went, nope, she's a senior now, we're not going to insure her. Shocking. Anyway, that's why we raise money for the PDSA, because they were bloody amazing. We didn't even know, I didn't even really know what they did until like we reached out to them. And I have offered to volunteer to go and help in their reception, but they haven't got back to me about that. I got a, oh, we're interested, we'll get in touch, but nobody has done. Anyway, enough about all of that. Oh, bless her. We're okay now. We are now at the point where Elvie is now 8 years of age. So again, we're going to have the same issue with our lovely Elvie. But she looks so much like her mum. It's ridiculous. We keep saying, oh my God, you look like Elvie. Oh my God, you look like Ruby. So yeah. What? If you're lucky, you can go to an animal trust vet. Never heard of them. Never heard Animal Trust. Nope, never heard of them. Must be a similar thing to PDSA. Never, ever heard of them. I'll have a look though. Thank you for that though. I will definitely have a look into that. Right then. So shall we do another tarot reading? I think we should. I think it is time for another tarot reading. So then what we need to do, let me just click on that. What we need to do is, I need to tell you how to get a reading, don't I? That's what I need to have. Hang on. Just, yeah. It's so expensive, vet bills. So expensive, vet bills. It really is. Yeah, that's not. Oh, yes. That's what we paid. £35 for the prescription. Yeah, £35 for a prescription. I know. That's what we paid. That is what we paid to get the prescription, to get the medicine somewhere else. But it still worked out cheaper doing that, even though we had to pay for that prescription. Anyway, let's change the subject. We're here for some tarot reading. If you're watching us on the replay crew, much love to you on the replay crew. I'm so easily distracted on the live streams, right? Where I go off on my tangents and off down little side roads and back alleys and all the rest of it. So if you are watching this on the replay crew, please put, what should we put? Put a dog emoji, any dog emoji. I think there's a couple, or like the face or the little standy uppy one. Put that in the comment section if you have got to this point and you're part of the replay crew, because we've done one reading. It's 38 minutes into it. Sorry, 36 minutes into it. We've done one reading and then we talked about dogs. So, yeah, put it into the live chat. Sorry, put it in the comment section, a picture of a doggo. But it is time for another reading. So come on, let's get cracking with the knacking. We're going to put the details on the screen into the comment section, sorry, about how you get yourself a reading. They're also just going down the bottom of the screen just there. So there are two ways that you get yourself a reading on this channel. The first way is to send it as a super chat. That guarantees that you are up next and guarantees your place. If you would like, however, to get a longer reading, if you send a super chat of $8 or more, that will get you a 6 or 7 card reading. Also, while you are there, no, or is what I was going to say, or if you aren't able to or don't want to send any money across, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do then is to pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and you can and then followed by your question. I am so distracted. Right, I'm clicking on the star button because the conversation's still going on in the chat about, about various pet things. And because I love animals more than I love most people, our subscribers, our viewers, our members are a different breed, right? We understand that because we know our community. But for most the others out there, you know, like the normies, all those out there, yeah, I love animals more than them. Anyway, that being said, do pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, if you want to throw your name in the hat. Does that make sense? Has anything I've said tonight made sense? I think, look, I'm just going to play the video, right? If you don't know what I'm trying to say, play the video, Lisa. Shut up. You're confusing yourself. Play the blooming video. I'm going to do that. We'll do that. I need to lie down. I'm going to lie down for 30 seconds. Right, you do that. Oh, you didn't even play. Okay, keeper of the questions. We've got, who have we got? Keeper of the questions. We've got Elise. Elise. Hang on that button. Elise, I've got you, my darling. I have you. Right, let me take the banner off the screen. In fact, take that one off and pop that one on. There we go. So then, you want a general love reading for the near future. Okay, my darling, we'll have a look and see what the cards say. Now, listen, sometimes when you've just started, it says here, sometimes the cards may come up and give you all sorts of warnings. Okay, remember, you make all your own decisions about your own life. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll see what the cards say, and your reading will start, my darling, straight after this.
We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God!
Oh, bear with me. It's not clicking across to the card cam. There we go. Oh God, I don't know why that delay is happening. That's very strange. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, I've just seen, as Patricia says in the chat, don't forget, if you haven't already, please do click the click the bell to be don't forget to like this live and click the bell to be alerted when the next live is on. Yes, do that thing, please, please, please. Hit the subscribe button and dong your bell and change your settings to all. That bit's really important at the moment because YouTube keeps unclicking people, especially when we had to take I had to take a couple of days or a couple of weeks off from streaming. It basically meant that YouTube just completely forgot about us as a wee little channel, as a wee little community. YouTube forgot about us. I know, right? Could you imagine? Anyway, Elise, my darling, let's have a look at your reading. So we're going to cleanse the area as always, and we're going to bring in Wispy. I know you probably can't hear the wind chime sounds. I am going to get this fixed again, but we'll do that for you now. So then, Wispy, Elise, hopefully I'm saying that right. It could be Elise, but Elise, hopefully that's the correct pronunciation. But anyway, Wispy, Elise would like to know a general love reading for the near future. She's single, but just started seeing someone. So there was an interest there. There was a little frisson. There was a little sprinkling of some spice coming in. Do you know what I mean? A little soupçon. soupçon of something nice. So then let's have a look. Is that what we've got in the cards for Elise? I love reading. Let's have a look. So again, you make all your own decisions about your own life. Also, we've got the moon in where you are right now. That's interesting. The star coming up on what you need to know. And the world coming up on your future outcome. So this is interesting because we've got 3 major arcana cards out of 3. So this is an important reading. Okay, I don't want to over egg the pudding or mess this up, but this is going to be quite an important one, purely and simply because we've got 3 majors, right? So let's have a look. The moon reversed is coming up in your where you are right now. So the moon for me connects to spirituality, our soul, our spiritual self, our connection with faith, with religion, with anything like that. The moon card connects to that, right? It connects to that more ethereal side of ourselves. So the fact that you've just started seeing someone, this could be a good sign. The fact that the moon is reversed, so there could be an element here where you are not following your spiritual path the way that you think you should. However, there could also be an element here because the moon relates to 28 days. If this is a really recent relationship, like a really recent just started within the last month, then that could be what this is relating to. For me, the moon, when it's reversed, is a little bit of a cautious moment. Okay, so it might be suggesting that you give the relationship a bit of time, right? Don't jump in. Tread cautiously, certainly within that first month. Tread cautiously, because it does feel as if there could be a disconnect in terms of spiritual. That's all I'm getting from that, which is a bit odd. What you need to know, we've got the star. Okay, now the star for me talks about wishful thinking. It talks about wishing on a star. So there's a little element here again with this reversal. There's a little element here where it's almost like just be careful that things are going the way you actually let me rephrase. Just be careful that you are aware of how things are actually going, and that you're not getting drawn into like a fantasy side of things. Do you know what I mean? So you're not thinking that things are different or better within that relationship than they actually are. Do you know what I mean? It's like keep your eye firmly on reality. Don't allow yourself to have your head in the clouds and start thinking about, oh, well, this is the one I'm going to marry and we're going to have a beach wedding and it's going to be really lovely and we're going to go to Mali and we're going to do all these things and then we're going to come back and settle down and have 4 kids. And you know what I mean? It's like, just be a little bit cautious is what I think this is saying. Tread carefully. Enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. All of those sayings. It's literally a case of don't run before you can walk, basically, is what I'm saying to you in terms of the relationship. I'm not saying that it's not a good relationship and that it's not going to go well or anything like that. But just remember, tread carefully, get to know one another before you jump in, basically. What is it they say? Test the waters. That's what I'm suggesting you do. Test the waters, and carefully, and make sure that things absolutely feel right before you take any major steps, right? So no moving in together, no no jumping in with both feet, no like running away to wherever you run away to get married, no doing all of that just yet. It's like, get to know one another, make sure that what you think is a nice person, they think is a nice person, and you both gel. Do you know what I mean? The outcome card. Now, we do have a reversal here for the world, but the world normally is such a powerfully positive card that even when it's reversed, she's still really positive, right? Because it's talking about things developing and stepping through. This is like a portal, and we step through into a new life. Now, the thing about the world when it's reversed is that it's be careful that you aren't jumping from the frying pan into the fire, right? Pan, not pain. Be careful that the portal, when you step through into this new life, be careful, make sure that it's a life that you actually want. That's the cautionary element of this card, right? So don't go off half-cocked. Don't, leap before you can, run before you can walk, all of those sayings. Just go a little bit gentle. But this does feel as if there could be something here that could go the distance, right? It really could. Just make sure that at all times you are very truthful and that the other person is being very truthful, and try and establish a relationship based on that honesty, right? So if you go into it saying, hi, I am 31 and I've got no kids, when actually you're 38 and you've got 7 kids, there might be an issue there. Do you know what I mean? When all of that is revealed, there might be an issue there. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but just make sure that as you go in, everything is based on that honesty and that authenticity, and then you should be okay. All right, my darling, I hope that helps. I really do. 3 majors is really that's really big in terms of, it's biggity big in terms of the bigness of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let's just have a look. Right then, let's have a look. Let me come off the doodah, change cameras. There we go. And let me find the comment section, which is all the way over here. There we go. Hang on, what's that? You've just seen each other for 1 month and you're a little skeptical, as you always are. Good. That's a good mindset to be in. But for now, you haven't seen any red flags. That's really good. That's really good. If you've seen each other for a month, that's where that moon comes in on that first card. So that is really good. Again, baby steps, and as they say, and what is it? Softly catchy monkeys. Is that what they say? Is that what they say? Something like that. Basically, go gentle, enjoy it for what it is, and if it develops, and as it develops, enjoy it, right? But don't start planning the wedding just yet, because that will be the downfall. That star card in the center, that could be the downfall if you're not careful. It's that thing of, oh, I like this person, dong dong dong, in your brain. You're now 7-8 years down the line. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Right then, before we go on to the next reading, I'm just going to hit this magic button. So if you don't know, we do have memberships open on the channel. We do a members only live stream on a Sunday evening at 6 p.m. UK time, and currently live for the members. It'll be going live to everybody else probably tomorrow or Saturday, but for the members at the moment, there is an unboxing video with a giveaway and details of the giveaway involved. That is currently, the members are the first people to have access to that video. So if you would like things like that, perks to videos, I'm also going to be doing some little members only videos, actually, just generally chit-chatting and maybe catching up with a few readings and things. Then I will be doing that for the members. That was a completely circuitous conversation sentence, but you know what I mean. So we do have the memberships open. So if you would like to join our memberships, they do start at just $2.99, and it does give you access, as I say, to videos early. Sometimes we do unboxings live, like I did last Sunday. So there's all sorts of bits and pieces that we do with the members. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Hello, I'm back. I'm so it gets. Hi, I'm not going to kick off about being it keeps freezing because there's nothing I can do about it. I am going to message StreamYard again because it's not my end. Is all I can say. It isn't my end. I don't know whether it's. I'm sure it's not YouTube's end. But they've got to do something about this. Because every time it freezes, we're losing viewers, and it's not fair. But anyway, we're back. I am back. Hopefully everything is good. Hopefully you can all see and hear me okay. Yes, Neil is doing a lot better. He should be probably coming on the stream very soon, actually, within the next sort of 5-10 minutes or something. But yeah, he should be coming on relatively soon. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say oh, that's what I was going to say. Talking again about vets. Thank you, Ellis, for this. There's one in Dewsbury or something. You don't have to meet criteria like you do at the PDSA. I might have to look into that, you know. Absolutely might have to look into that. It's very difficult for pet owners when the crisis of living cost of living crisis, sorry, is affecting so many people. It can be very, very, very ridiculously expensive to look after an animal. And also the thing is, those of us that have our animals, there is no way on this planet I'm giving up my dogs. Just no way. I've got 2 blue-tongued skinks. Just no way. No way. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Our animals are our children. And I think that's the same for a lot of people. And I would rather, if it came down to it, I would rather go without food for myself and make sure my dogs are fed than anything else. So yeah, and I think a lot of people are the same. But anyway, let's see, shall we? I don't know how many people we've got on because it keeps telling me we've got 0, and then it's telling me we've got 5, and then 1, and then 2, and then none, and then 1. So I don't know what the numbers are doing this evening on the stream, on the live. It's a little bit difficult to tell. See, right now it's telling me I've got nobody on at all. So that's useful. But yes, does anybody actually want a tarot reading on the stream? If there's anybody still here, because my system is telling me I've got nobody on whatsoever. So if you are on the live stream and you are actually wanting a it's not the 1st of October today. If you're on the live stream and you're wanting a tarot reading, please do just put a thumbs up or something in the comment section. And I'm going to open up an official new round. So yeah, there we go. Look, according to this, Patricia, there's nobody watching, including yourself. But yeah, you know, I'll put that one in as well. So there we go. I'm opening up another round. So if you would like a tarot reading, do please go ahead. Pop your question into that live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat. So either way, that is what you need to do on this channel. Send it through as a super chat, or send it in the live chat, starting with the word question and then followed by your question. I don't know how many people are on. I don't know what's happening. My system seems to keep crashing at this end, and I've got no idea why, and I don't even know whether this is still going out to people. But anyway, let's have a look. I'm going to continue as if we've got 100 million people watching. So if you would like a reading, do please do one of those things just about now. Okay, it doesn't look as if there's any comments on the comment section at all. And also it's telling me I've got nobody on the stream. Let me just, I'm just frantically looking at the back end to see what's happening here. Oh, bear with me. It's saying I've got nobody. I don't know. Okay, I don't know quite what to do right now then, because it's telling me I've got 0 on. So I'm going to hit this again just in case. Yeah. Well, according to my screen, Patricia, there's nobody on, so it's just thee and me. However, it's telling me there's not even a you right now. So I don't know what is happening on this. It's incredibly bizarre. Hang on, what's this? I'm just trying to see if on the back end screen. No, it's all gone very strange. It's all gone very strange. Never mind. If you are here and you are watching on the live stream, if you would like a tarot reading, I'm going to pop this just down. Shall I just have this running in the background? I think I'm going to do that actually. So there we go. I'll have this running in the background. The round is officially open, so do pop your I can't, if I log out, it will close the doodah. It will close the stream. If I log out, the stream will close. If I log out from YouTube, it will close it entirely. Let me just see if I reset this. If you are watching and you would like a tarot reading, do please pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Hopefully, this is about to just kick the system back into touch. Hold on. Hello. Hopefully you can see and hear me. Hopefully everything is... We're having issues tonight. Good evening, Neil. Good evening, my friend. We are having issues tonight because of something. It keeps telling me I've got nobody on, even though Patricia's on and we had a few people on earlier. So we've had people on and it keeps telling me there's nobody on again, and it's just gone a little bit odd. So yeah. Right, I tell you what I'm going to do though. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do this. Right, I've just sent out some free memberships. So if you are on the live stream, you may have just got yourself a free membership. Let me know in the live chat if you did. I've just seen a question for morning. A general for work in for what? General for tomorrow at work. Okay, my darling, I will do that, and hopefully, um, hopefully that will. There we go. Right. Hopefully that will have all worked and people will go, yay, Neil got a membership. Thank you, Patricia. I've got Morning's question in. I don't know who else. Morning, did you get a membership? I don't know. I've clicked it to try and start the system into doing something. So hopefully that's helped. Right, Morning, let's do your I'm going to pretend the system is not malfunctioning at all, right? That's what we're going to do. Hang on. We're going to go into fantasy land. So then, morning. Well done, my darling. You've got yourself a tarot reading. So I'm going to do your reading in exactly 17 seconds time. And hopefully the system will kind of reset itself as we're going. So let's have a look. Here we go, morning. Your reading's coming up straight after this.
We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God!
Oh gosh, there's my lid of my coffee cups falling everywhere now as well. So then, yeah, hopefully everything is going to be all a-okay and all that jizzy jazzy. So let's have a look. We're going to ring the bell for morning. Cleanse that space, and I'm going to bring in Wispy and say good evening, Wispy. I know it's late night and there are bugs in this system, but hopefully it's all appearing fine on the YouTube's end. Hopefully everybody watching on the replay crew is still watching and we haven't just lost everybody the number of times we've had to reset this evening. But anyway, Wispy, morning would like a general reading for tomorrow at work. So very, 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 very precise, Wispy, right? A reading for tomorrow at work. So let's have a look then, morning. Is there anything specific happening tomorrow at work? Is there a special thing happening? Is it like it's your birthday and you've got to take cupcakes in or something? I don't know whether they do that. They used to do that where I used to work in an office. We used to have to, if it was your birthday, you had to take cupcakes in for the entire office. The number of people that were poorly on their birthdays was ridiculous. But yes, anyway, let's have a look. So where you are right now, oh, Two of Pentacles, partnerships, work related, what you need to know and what the outcome is. Right, interesting. So for tomorrow, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is work, career, finances, so that's well suited. The two, you're looking at a partnership, a coming together, two people that are working closely together on a project, something like that. So it's looking at maybe there being some sort of work, co-working partnership type thing coming into play. Okay, so in terms of what that might mean within the workplace, I've got no idea for your workplace, but it does absolutely suggest that there is maybe there is the need for what's the word I'm looking for, a mentor, or maybe you're going to be the mentor and you're going to have a mentee, something along those lines. The thing about the Two of Pentacles, it's really early on into that pentacle journey. And so we've got this infinity energy that the person is trying to use. So they're trying to, it looks like they're levitating. In other decks, they're juggling, but they are trying to bring in that never-ending energy into the workflow, into that financial flow of abundance. Okay, so there's a good, if you're looking for something where you are perhaps going to be, you know, have some idea of a longer term commitment, that could be a useful thing. That could be a useful card to have come up. In what you need to know, we've got the 5 of Wands. This is your insecurity. So whatever's happening tomorrow, it does feel as if you've got quite a lot of, how can I put it, a bit of insecurity about it, a bit of, you know, not quite sure what's happening, a little bit of worry, a bit of anxiety about it. 5s are about turmoil. Okay, so because this is coming up and because it's what you need to know, listen, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about it. Okay, don't let it stop you like excelling tomorrow. So if you've got an important meeting, if you've got a presentation, whatever it is, don't let the fear, don't let the uncertainty sway you. Don't let it get in your head. Don't let it live rent free in your head. Okay, absolutely not. But it's there. That's all you need to know, right? Is that it's there. Acknowledge it and move on. The outcome, we've got the Ace of Wands reverse. So this isn't necessarily a negative. It is going to be a new change, a new start, a new something tomorrow. But that new something is, it's I'm not going to say it's negative, right? If it was this way up, look, you are starting on a new venture tomorrow. Isn't it exciting? When it's reversed, it can be just as exciting, but it may be left field. It may be something you aren't expecting. Okay, so just bear that in mind. But this is to do with your confidence. So if there's a meeting tomorrow where you've got to, I don't know, say if it's your 3-monthly review or 6-monthly review or something like that, it may be that you've been a little bit insecure until you get past this point. And it may be that your boss will say something like, do you know what? I think you're doing okay, but maybe I want you to shadow Bob for a little bit because, you know, Bob's more experienced. Or maybe I want you to, you know, help Bob's department. And you'll be like, oh, I wasn't kind of expecting that. I don't know if that's like a sidestep or a step down. I'm not quite sure. So whatever that is, it does feel as if there is going to be a shift after tomorrow, because this will be after. So I hope that helps. Listen, this feels very positive. The fact that you've got the 2 of Pentacle energy coming in straight away does feel quite positive. The insecurity with that 5 is completely to be expected, because you've got a meeting tomorrow at work or something's happening at work that's important. But this Ace, this is the one that longer term, don't be surprised if you don't move to a different department, a different team, a different grouping, back into a training thing, or, you know, moved suddenly, you jump into a promotion that you're not expecting. Something there around those lines with that Ace reversed. I hope that helps, my darling Morning. I really, really do. But yeah, that is your reading. Listen, let us know. We're back on Sunday evening, right? 7 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. for our lovely members. So if you are around on Sunday, let us know what is happening on Sunday evening, because we're a bunch of nosy buggers here. We really are. It's because, you know, we want to know that everything's going well and that everybody's having lovely lives and all of that. But it's just because we're nosy. That's all it is, really. I know, right? We talk about it as being we're a caring, loving community, and we are, but we're also a bunch of nosy buggers. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. And once again, it helps and makes total sense. You've been wanting a transfer to another department. That's all. There's a lot of that type energy. But don't be surprised if it's like, if you have to go on a 3-month appraisally type thing. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember what it's called. But you know what I mean? Don't be surprised if you're on like a 3-month trial period at that other department, because it's something wibbly wobbly, timey wimey like that going on. But I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Anyway, if you would like a tarot reading, there are 2 ways to get one on the channel. You can do what Morning did and just wait until we're really slow and then bung your question over. Or, in fact, 3 ways. or you can send it through as a super chat. That will guarantee your place is up next. If you don't want to do that, or you don't have the means to do that, or you can't do that in your country, or whatever it is, no problem. You can get your question answered by popping your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get picked at random. Now, I do have to say, when we're on a quieter evening like this, it's the perfect time to get your questions in, because we haven't got like 15 people all asking questions. So you've got a much better chance, numbers wise, of getting your question picked. So the details are down below on the ticker tape. All you need to do is one of those two things: send it through as a super chat, or send it through in the free round, which I'm opening during this video. So if you want a question, go ahead and do one of those things. Yes, indeed. It looks like we are quiet again. So if you've got a question, stick it in the chat. Neil, how are you feeling, my darling? I hope you are feeling a lot better, a lot more gooder, a lot less badder. Yeah, I hope you're doing all I hope you're doing all well. My grasp of English is lacking today. It really is. It really is lacking. For those of you, by the way, if you're watching this on the replay crew, for those of you that are that were here on Tuesday, when I mentioned that we've gone back to Slimming World and said there would be a video going up, yesterday I slept all day again. My body crashed and I didn't wake up till, I think it was 9:45 in the evening yesterday. So yeah, that is why the video, the Slimming World video on the other channel hasn't gone up yet. It will be hopefully going up tomorrow. My intention is to give it a quick edit this evening when I finish this, and then to post it for tomorrow. So I had to do the members only or the members unboxing video. I had to get that video up today on this channel because it's got a giveaway inside it. So I had to get that up today so that it would be up in time for the members to get it a day early before it goes live to everybody else, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it is coming on the other channel. We are doing some more content over there. So do keep an eye out for that, hopefully tomorrow evening. If you don't know, I've got me and my other half have a weight loss channel and health and beauty channel called Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. So do check that out if you want anything to do with that sort of stuff. Crystal Rose, good evening, my darling. A general reading. I will do a general reading for you quite happily, my darling. Let me have a wee look. You popped out for a second and then got a notification saying that you won a membership. I know, right? It's cool. I love being able to offer memberships. And I did say in the stream today, look, it's called membership giveaway. I did say I would be giving away memberships during today's stream. So yes, I've got 5 more to give away, which I might do this coming Sunday, actually. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to turn the banner off. That's what I'm trying to do. How many years have I been doing this? Good Lord. But yes, right. So Crystal Rose, your question is coming up straight after this. Right, let me have a wee look. Here we go. Oh gosh, hang on, I've still got my box up. There we go, that's better. So then let's have a look. Crystal Rose, my darling. A general, well, it wanted a card to jump and we've got it. I would say that's just about upright. It's the Three of Wands coming up. So this is your clarifying or modifying card, Crystal Rose. And this is largely talking about your confidence and trying to take that next step on your journey towards confidence. Okay, that is what the card is basically representing. You can see here we've got this person on a boat, and they are on the prow of the boat, looking forward, looking in a new direction, heading towards sunset, sunrise. That's up to you, but they are heading towards that. They've got their magic wands are sparkling with their magic, and it's also covered around the ship's wheel. So you can see there they are guiding it spiritually, magically, all of those lovely things. So this is talking about taking those steps forward for you in your confidence, in your self-expression, in the way you see yourself, and really, really trusting that process. I believe I did a reading for you recently, didn't I? My brain has been trained after 29 years to forget the readings that I do as soon as they're done. But I do think I did. I don't know whether it was Tuesday. I don't think it was. But I did a reading for you recently, I know. And this is talking about that confidence, okay? This is talking about taking those steps forward and having that confidence grow. Now, when a card jumps the way that one did is when we do your cut. And so let's have a look, my darling. We've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now that's interesting. We've had an upright in the deck, upright in the deck earlier. Yes, upright in the deck. We've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And we've got the Eight of Wands. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. How can I put this? I think, hang on, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. I vaguely remember doing you a reading that got quite personal and quite detailed. Don't quite remember what it was about, but I remember we got down into layers, didn't we? I bet you've done nothing about it. I bet you haven't. It didn't change. You haven't acted on it at all, have you, my darling? Because the cards are basically telling me that it fell on deaf ears. Which is fine. As I say, you make all your own decisions about your own life, but it's what the cards are saying is that nothing changes unless nothing changes, basically. Let me show you. Let me bring that card back in, right? And again, it's perfectly fine. You can ignore everything I say. Most people do, to be honest. Even I ignore my own advice, and I am the worst bugger for doing that. But let me show you. Let me show you what the cards are showing me. Right. So we've got here the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles being growth. Excuse me. That's my coffee repeating on me. And making me cough, which is something it doesn't normally do. I know, right? So the Knight of Pentacles, when it's reversed, this is talking about. So do you remember how when it came up earlier this evening, the Knight was talking about go on, make that journey, make those steps, make those jumps, go for it. This is talking about you haven't made any steps, you haven't taken any of that and moved forward with it, which is fine. It's completely up to you. But this is the card of growth. So it is work, career, finances, but growth. And when we're looking at personal growth, when we're looking at this card over here, saying it's time to go on that journey and to make those steps. This card is saying, well, I'm not really ready. Heard what Lisa said, but you know, whatever. And so this card is literally telling me that night energy hasn't been triggered yet, right? So there isn't, like, whatever the reading was about, I vaguely remember, but whatever it was all to do with, like, you feeling more confident and learning more about yourself or something. This card is literally saying none of that has started yet. None of that started yet. And if anything, you've kind of pulled your head back into that turtle shell. Do you know what I mean? Like a tortoise. You've pulled your head back in, la 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 la, which is fine. Not all advice can hit at the right time for everybody. It takes time, it takes different moments, and it could be in 6 months' time, my darling. That's something that I said on Tuesday or Sunday will then come back up and resonate. But what this is saying is that isn't happening now. Reason I know that isn't happening now is because this energy, this growth energy, you are absolutely stagnant, right? The 4 is about stability. This way up, it's lovely. This is what you need to know. So this way up, it would be lovely. Oh, we've got some nice stable energy for a bit, nice calm seas, nice little, you know, nice calm waters, blah blah blah. This way up, it's stagnant, and it's basically saying that this growth, there is no growth, there is no moving forward in a lot of your life, because everything that was coming up in the reading on Sunday or Tuesday or whenever it was, excuse me, gosh, my coffee, I think I've swallowed some coffee down the air hole. I think that's why I was coughing. But this is literally saying whatever it was that was coming up, you've absolutely shoved back down and stood on, and you know, it's like a little seedling, like a little weed in your garden, right? That weed comes up and you go, oh no, chop its head off. And then it comes up again. You go, oh no, chop its head off. And it comes up again and you go, right, let's start digging out the roots. And eventually that bit of weed over here is killed off. However, it's already put roots up over here and it's going, hello, I'm still here. I've gone underground and you can't find me. And this stagnant energy in your growth zone is what this is, right? It is literally saying that whatever the universe was trying to tell you, it's you haven't acted on, or you haven't felt able to act on. And that, again, that's perfectly fine. It might take a little while, but whilst that knowledge is in play for yourself, again, I have vague idea of vagaries of what it was about. But for you, whilst that is still in play and not acted on, that stagnancy is going to continue, my darling, because it's literally like, it's like having, I don't know, it's like having a sore, it's like, I'll tell you what it's like. Here we go. It's like having a bad tooth, right? Where you know you need to get it looked at and it's probably going to get pulled, but it's not that bad at the moment for you to go to emergency care and go and get it pulled, right? And it's not that bad for you to warrant going and spending 70, 80, 100, whatever dollars or pounds going and getting it looked at, right? It's just, it occasionally gives you a bit of an ache. That's what this is like at the moment. It's occasionally giving you that ache. It's not enough. Whatever the issues were that we were discussing, it's not at that point yet where it's more troublesome to stay where you are than it is to go through that work and move forward. And that's what this is saying. It's like we as human beings, quite often the phrase, the better the devil you know than the devil you don't, it sounds so flippant, but sometimes that is so true. We can get used to pain and suffering in so many ways that actually that becomes our norm. That becomes our normal way of existing, right? And we live with that. And then the minute somebody comes along and says, here, do these exercises, you won't be in pain and suffering anymore. The minute you go and do an exercise and you go, ow, right, I'm not doing that, I'm just going to put up with the pain. That's what we do. However, what that person would have said was, you need to do these exercises every day or two, you know, for a few months, build up your muscles in blah blah blah, and then that will help with blah blah blah. But we don't. We would rather live in that bubble of discomfort rather than put that effort in and go through a bit more discomfort to then have, to raise that level of discomfort to then have a happy, healthier self on the other side of it. Do you know what I mean? And emotionally, sometimes we do the same. And the reason I'm saying that is because we've got the Eight of Wands is in play, my darling. This is in play, right? The way I look at these cards, these are what is your subconscious is directly linked with the cards, right? This is how I believe we do the readings. It comes from the Akashic records. Wispy connects that connection to yourself through that Akashic connection and gives me the information via the cards, right? I don't think it comes from me. It comes from wherever. The cards mysteriously find the way that they need to be for them to be pulled in a reading. The Eight of Wands is all about your confidence, right? Your self-esteem, your confidence, your sense of self, all of those things being literally up in the air. And you are the one that gets to decide, in this case, which ones you ride on and which ones you allow to fall, right? So if you imagine that each one of these wands, each one of these sticks, each one of these staves is a part of your life, an aspect of you. At the moment, they are all up in the air, which means you get to decide which ones you take forward. You get to decide which ones of these wands that you move forward into your life and how you manifest your life. You are the one that's in control of that. Not me, not anybody else. It is all down to you, my darling. And yes, that is bloody scary, but it is also a really free point for you to be in, because it means you now get to decide who you are for the rest of 2024 into 2025 into 2026, 27, blah blah blah, right? You get to decide all of that because everything is in play, my darling. You can make yourself as confident, as warm, as seen. You can create your life as you want it to be right now because this is in play. If this card wasn't here, it would be a different matter. But whatever the reading was on Sunday or Tuesday, I remember it had to do with confidence. I don't remember too much else about it because I've trained myself not to. I can always go back and watch it, I guess, from Sunday. But this is still in play. And the idea that this is you being able to choose those parts of your life that have the most meaning and create your life around them, that's there. And this is saying you haven't done that. And again, that's perfectly fine. But this is a really good opportunity, my darling. At sometimes in our life, we get these opportunities where these things get in, they become malleable, right? A lot of other times in our lives, these wands, these staves, they become fence posts and we are locked in. At the moment we're in, this is malleable. So you've got a time of change to be able to go with it, to be able to make those changes, to feel more confident, to do that work. But you're the only one that can do it, my darling. Okay, you're the only one that can do it. And it does feel, because this is coming up and this is your clarifying card, it's like, I think deep down that you need to work on some of these issues, and deep down that it's time and it's beyond time, but it's hard and it's difficult and it means facing some tough facts. And the thing is although it's the way we heal, sometimes it's like pulling a band-aid off. Sometimes it can get worse before it gets better. Do you know what I mean? I hope that helps, my darling. Honestly, there is no pressure, right? I am not in your actual life. I'm not telling you what to do. I never would tell anybody what to do. Everything is down to your decisions about your own life. And there are plenty of things that I have done. Over the last 6, 8 months, 9 months, year, whatever, have been steadfastly getting fat and getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And I know that I've been doing it. I've been allowing myself to do it for various reasons. And then always knowing that at some point soon, I would rejoin Slimming World and start taking those measures to get the weight back off. However, that sometime soon kept getting pushed back further and further and further and further in my life for various reasons, some of which were in my control, most of which weren't. But it also suited me to push it back a little bit further because it meant I had there's another week I can eat crap food. I mean, it was delicious food, but you know, I could have a takeaway, I could have a cake or whatever I wanted. And that's the difference. And for me, it came to a point where I couldn't push that back any further. And I just had to get on with it and go, come on, let's just go back to Slimming World. Let's just start eating healthy again because we can't go on like this. And that's what I had to do. But for a while, quite happily ignoring it. And again, it's your life, your decisions, and you can ignore or choose to act on things as and when you feel fit. But anyway, my darling, I hope that helps. And yeah, that is going to be your reading for today. And again, once again, no pressure. You do everything at your own pace, my darling. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Right then, let me have a look in that there chat section. I'm going to bung the cards back into the doodah. It was a tough one. I can't remember when it was. Oh, my darling. Okay, you've had bad news this week and you've kind of put that to the side at the moment. Okay, my darling. Well, look, best of luck. Listen, like, life is shit at sometimes, but it's a lot better than the alternative. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot better than the alternative. And the universe will never give you more than you can handle. It will test you. It will test your breaking point, but it will never give you more than you can handle, my darling. You can always find a way forward. You've just got to find that way forward. And sometimes that way forward, hermiting yourself in your flat, sometimes it could be a duvet day or a duvet week. That's what you need to do. Have a bloody duvet day. Sod the rest of the world. Have a duvet day. Phone in sick if you're working. If you're not working, ring your mates. Oh, I'm a bit poorly right now. And just watch Finding Nemo on repeat if that's your thing. Do you know what I mean? Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, and Cars 2. I don't know why I said Cars 2. I can't remember. Is there a Cars 2? I think there must be. Whatever it is, just like watch whatever makes you happy. I was watching Hocus Pocus 2 last night. Don't think it's a good film, but it made me smile enough. Do you know what I mean? And it was one of those things I was like, just gonna watch that. Was that last night or was that the night before? Probably the night before. Because I just felt like I needed a little bit of comfort. And for me, it wasn't comfort food, it was comfort telly. So I watched Hocus Pocus 2. But anyway, hope that helps. Sometimes the smallest gesture can make such a different outcome. Yeah, exactly. Just a single step forward. It doesn't cost money, right? If you aren't ready to do the full-on deep down shadow work and all of that stuff, just start a little feelings journal. It will help. It will absolutely help. And I'm back. I was saying sometimes, right? No, what I was saying was it wasn't a very good film. Hocus Pocus 2 is not a great film. They don't mention the fact that Kathy and Jimmy is suddenly a hell of a lot slimmer and all three of them are a hell of a lot older. They don't mention that at all. And they could have done it. They could have just made a little throwaway comment, right? They could have done that quite happily. A throwaway comment when they come back. Oh, it's been so long. We need even more youth juice from the kids or whatever it was. Children's souls. We need even more. Look at the wrinkles. Oh, my sisters, you look so old. Oh, Sarah Sanderson. I think that's Catherine and Jimmy's character. They could have just said, oh, Sarah, look how thin you are now. Look how thin you are now. My sister, you need more children. They could have done it. They could have done it just like that. Throwaway lines. They didn't. But anyway, I thought they were going to, do you know what I thought, right? I thought they were coming out with a Hocus Pocus 3 this year. That's what I thought the plan was. Hocus Pocus 2, then a third one, because there's scope. There is scope. Anyway. Yes. Oh, we need to film it then. We need to do it soon. So what would we talk about then, Neil? We'd talk about The Craft. We'd talk about Hocus Pocus. We would talk about Practical Magic. Yes, definitely. Wizard of Oz. That one where Bette Midler, no, Betty Davis was a witch, and then she disappeared halfway through the film, and they had to make her shapeshifter to finish the film. There's also The Witch, the Vivitch, that one. God, there's loads. There's loads, isn't there? The Witches, yes, and The Witches of Eastwick, yes, and yeah, there's loads of stuff we could talk about. Yeah, which I just said that, Patricia. It was on me. It was in there. I had to pull it out a little bit hard. And The Craft 2. 5 spits for an enemy. 5 spits for a curse, or whatever they say. What else? What other good witchy films would I recommend? I don't know, but I've started watching American Horror Story Roanoke. That's how far back I am. Arthur, is Arthur a witchy one? With Dudley Moore? Is it? Is that a witchy one? Bedknobs and Broomsticks, obviously. Is Arthur a witchy? Is that a witchy one? I thought that was where he was. I'm really confused. I've seen it, can't remember it enough, but now I want to watch Arthur to go and watch the witchiness in it. I really do. And then that just made me think of another film that I've also then just completely forgotten. Oh. King Arthur, not Dudley Moore alcoholic. No. King Arthur and Excalibur and Merlin, that one. Yes, with Morgana Le Fay. Yes, good film as well. Suspiria, film about witches, sort of. There was another one as well where my brain just went. Can't remember. And then you've got all the Disney witches, obviously, like the Sleeping Beauty witch and the Snow White witch and the Ursula the Sea Witch and Esme, that one as well. Yeah, that one. There's loads of good quality which is in they're not all in horror films. Sorry, Neil, just realized they're not all horror films. But yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have to have a proper sit down and chat about them and then discuss the witches. Anyway, we've got 20 minutes left, 15 minutes left, something like that. Let's see if we can get another reading in this evening, shall we? So if you would like a tarot reading, please do pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and one of you will get picked at random. Okay, or if you want to guarantee your reading and help donate a little bit of money to the PDSA just up there, then you can send it through as a super chat. Either way, if you fancy a reading, go ahead and do one of those two things just about now. Yes, indeed. Right then, let's have a look in that there in that there comment section. It does appear as if we have reached that point in the evening where nobody else is wanting a reading for this evening, and we are so close to ending that I think the best thing that we can do is to actually close up for today. So then it is what time is, I mean, it's 1:45 anyway, to be fair, but it is time then. We are going to officially say thank you ever so much for being here, everybody. Thank you to all of the subscribers, and of course thank you to everybody who asked questions tonight. I've got to say the biggest, most mega major thank you to the moderators who will sit up all night long and help moderate the channel and moderate the chat and keep everything running smoothly. So thank you ever so much to the moderators, and of course thank you to the members, and yes, thank you to everybody watching. And if you are part of the replay crew, don't forget, put a picture of a doggo in that there live chat, or in that there comment section, I should say. But that is going to be it from us today. We are back on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. for the members. So new members, some of you were given new memberships tonight. So for the new members, do join us on Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time, and then 7 p.m. is for our main live stream, our main tarot live stream here on Beyond Authentic, as always. The video should be going live to everybody who isn't a member later on Friday afternoon, I believe. So watch out for that. If you're not a member, then you get the Coven jewelry mystery unboxing. You get that coming up, and there is a giveaway details, or there are giveaway details in that video, so do make sure you give that one a watch. But that is going to be it from me, and as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. Bye bye.